YouTube, what's going down? It's your boy Eyes Nears Tactical, man. Back another video. Man, hope everybody's doing well, man. YouTube's a safe control environment. All the firearms you see will be unloaded. There's nothing in this. There's nothing in there. Safe control environment. Nothing's going on. Boom, there you go. Okay. Yeah, man. So this one, saw the thumbnail. Be careful when you go camping, man. I don't got no clip for this one because this one's kind of touched home. This one hit hard for me, man, because I got a text the other night from a friend of mine. They were doing the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, kind of like the APT, the Appalachian Trail on the East Coast, the two trails. I don't know if y'all are outdoor people or go hiking or something like that, or spend times in the woods or go all that kind of stuff. But I was always fascinated doing a through hike. I don't know what coast I was going to do it on, but I was going to do it on the Pacific coast because I was out on the West Coast. And then I just really wasn't really prepared, like far as like who to go with and, you know, how to really approach doing a through hike. You know, I don't know if there's any through hikers on listening to this or anybody who's done like long hikes. So, you know, when you do those through hikes, you got to be real strategic, you know what I'm saying? You got to, it's just like when I drove across from the southern border from San Diego to Louisiana, I had to sit at home with a map and see where I was going to stop, how many miles away from this hotel to this hotel, and where I was going to stop and eat, where I wasn't going to stop. I mean, it's not just getting in your car saying, oh, I'm about to drive to New Orleans from San Diego. So the through hiking is and someone said, what is through hiking? So through hiking is when you actually start at the trail head and you go all the way to the end. Now, some people do the whole freaking trail, which could take, you know, a month or 2 months. You know, it depends on what kind of pace you hike at. And some people just do portions of the trail. Like, so they'll hike a certain distance and then they'll call. They got people that actually along the trails they have like stops, people who actually are retired, people who love nature, and they'll have places set up like kind of like, for lack of better words, kind of like a hostel. I don't know if y'all are familiar with hostels and stuff like that. So you can stay there with other hikers and then you can get a hot shower, bath, and they'll have food and all that. And then you get back on the trail. They'll get in the van and take you back to the trailhead, dump you off. And then, so you can do all this by reservation and all that kind of stuff. So it's really organized if you use all the services. And through hiking, just let anybody know who's watching this, through hiking is not inexpensive. It's quite expensive because you got to, first of all, you're hiking, so you can't be carrying a whole lot of stuff. So you got to buy all these little small snacks and this, that, things to heat up, whoop, jacket. You know, the weather's always all over the place, but especially the Appalachian Trail, it might be bright and sunny one day, and then it's just the next morning you wake up, it's raining. So you got to have all this equipment, and a lot of the equipment has to be on point, and that's what I'm getting at. So I ain't gonna say no names because they made it out alive, but had a couple of friends that just got caught up in some shit out there on the PCT. I'm not gonna say their area, the region, because I don't want to freak nobody out, but it's basically on the Pacific Coast Trail, and they were up in I will say the area, they're in the Oregon area. I think, what is it, the Oregon area? They were somewhere in the coast area right there on the trail, and I believe, so the way the story go, basically like this. So it was a buddy I know, him and his wife, and they have done hikes all the time. So this time they decided to bring some friends of theirs with them. I think it was 2 other couples, so it was 6 total. But 4 out of the 5 people that they brought, let me see, 5 out of the, so 6 total, that's right. So the 2 couples, only 1 person's ever even camped. The rest of them never even went camping, which is sad. And that's why if you got small kids, man, get your kids out in nature. My kids grew up camping. Get your kids out camping, get them out in the woods, get them out there and get them familiar with that when they're very, very young. And keep doing it until they're teenagers, because they're not going to want to go camping no more after a while. It's just the way it goes. All my kids was done with camping by the time they got to like 10th, 11th grade. They didn't want to do it no more. That's fine, but they did it all the way up until that point. And now to this day, now they're all in relationship, married, all that stuff. Now when they go camping, they go, oh yeah, my dad told us this. Oh yeah, I remember when we used to do this, and that. So it'll kick back in. So don't be afraid if they resist upon it, but then it's a skill set that they can bring with them for the rest of their life. So that was kind of startling that most of them never even camped before. So make a long story short, now I'll make this shit long. So basically what happened, what pisses me off, that my buddy actually decided to take them out there. Now, so the way the story goes is that they were at a certain spot. They were camping overnight. They were going to get up in the morning and go. But the two couples that they brought with them, they decided to go down to this waterfall around dusk because my buddy and them had went in town to get some more supplies through, like I said, a little shuttle service, whatever, because they were at a big campsite. It wasn't like they were off grid. But these idiots decided to go to this waterfall area that they had crossed by the day before. So they hiked back to this waterfall, which is, he said it was about 3.5 miles up and back. So it was a 7-mile trek there and back to where they were sleeping. Okay, so they all knew what they were doing, but they didn't tell my buddy and them that they were about to go back to the waterfall area. So when him and his wife drove back into town, these idiots decided to go to this waterfall area. And Nita already told you, only one of them ever been camping. And I think he said he camped, but he never was a hiker. So camping and hiking, people, when you're hiking on a trail, that's a whole different skill set than just driving to a campsite, popping up your tent, and then doing your s'mores and eating your steak. Man, that's just living out. That's just basically living out in the woods. But hiking is a skill set, and it takes a lot of training, and you have to know how to approach things, animals and things of that nature. Okay, so I find that really weird. So they did that. Now I'm gonna speed up a little bit. So now my buddy and them, they're back at the campsite, and they're like, man, where? Because now it's dark. Because when they left, it was kind of getting close to dark on the West Coast. I think it was probably like, because now it's on daylight savings, fall, spring forward, fall back. So yeah, it's getting dark now on the West Coast, like around 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, 6:30, I believe, is when it gets dark now. It's 5:36. I can't remember. Yeah, it's basically dark down there at 5:30 on the West Coast at this time of the year. So they get back and it's dark. They don't even see nobody. And then they call and they phone. They have reception. But I'm gonna tell you what else you need instead of a phone. We get to that in a minute. They ain't answering. So they freaking out. They're like, whoa, what's going on? So they wait, so they decide. So my buddy's smart. He's like, no, we're not gonna go walk around looking for them. So they contact the park rangers. Hey man, my friends them just took off. We don't know where they went. Whoa, all this kind of stuff. So now speed up. Now they're into a search now. Now it's turned into a search rescue. They bring out a SAR team. They have an SAR team, search and rescue teams out at a lot of these areas. That's because people who do that kind of work, a lot of them be volunteers, believe it or not. Hats off to them folks. They be doing good work, volunteers. So they sent a volunteer search team out there, and they found them. They found them up, and what happened was one of the boy husbands, whatever. Were they all married? Yeah, they all married. Yeah, they all married couples. One of them, he fell, twisted the fuck out of his ankle, okay, and he couldn't move at all. And then the other two decided to try to go get help, and they got lost. They got spun around. Make a long story short, they found them, but the couple, what they do with the broken ankle, he was all bad, and they got him up out of there. They all safe now. Thank God, thank God that nobody get hurt. But here's the reason why I'm doing this video is because when you're doing stuff outdoors in nature, remember, nature is in control. What you're trying to do is navigate around what nature is throwing at you, okay? So if you don't have knowledge of what you're doing, particularly in nature, you're putting yourself at risk. It's not really worth it. Do some research, mess with some people, take some classes, rope tying, all that kind of stuff. Any kind of things you can do to make yourself be more asset when you're out in those woods. So, and he thought about me because I told him a story a long time ago. I said, man, I don't go camp with people who don't know how to camp. And I said that if they don't know how to camp, they should go glamping. So glamping is for people who don't know shit about camping, which means you're gonna get one of those. You go to a trailer, you go to a place that have cabins, stuff like that. But tent camping and hiking all up in the bush and then setting your site up and all that kind of stuff, no, man, don't do that, especially nowadays, because you got a lot of crazy people living out in the trails now. You think I'm lying? Go on YouTube and punch in mysterious disappearances on Appalachian Trail or Pacific Crest Trail or any trail in America, the Ozarks in Missouri, some parts of Texas. They got some good hiking out there too. Just ask anybody who knows about trails and hiking. People come up missing all the time, bro. And then some people actually die because they go on these long ass hikes and they don't realize how far they walk. and they have no good navigational skills. They don't know how to read the sun without a watch. They don't know how to read time. They don't know how to do nothing. They can't identify plants, trees. They can't identify nothing. They don't have no water purification systems. They don't have proper lighting. And some of these trails don't even allow firearms. So, you know, it's a lot. It's quite a bit, man. You know, so you have to be diligent and be smart when you're out there hiking. And that's why you see a lot of people don't do all that stuff no more, because there's a lot of people that don't take the time to learn. And they also, their parents didn't take them out there. And so I just want to bring that up, man. And while I was brought that up, I was to show you guys something. So he said they didn't have no lights. I said, what about your lanterns and stuff? He's like, man, we ain't bring none of that. I said, y'all didn't bring none of that. So I went through my camp. I found these things are over 15 years old. So these are solar powered lanterns. I'm gonna show y'all how this works real quick before I make this video too long. You blow these up. This is what I like about these. So when you're hiking, you can that can just go right in your backpack real easy, like real easy, right? Real small. But then when you want to like light them up, you gotta So what you do is you blow them up, blow them up. And what I like about these, they charge by solar. So you got your light right here. You got your light right here. And that's how you turn your light on. And you got all these different settings too. All these different settings too. Bright, you got stress, bright. So that's pretty sweet. And then you can hang it two ways. So like if you was like, now me and my wife, we hike and camp, we hang it this way. That's why the zip tie was there. We hang it this way. So if you're laying on your air mattress or something, your tent, whatever, you can just operate and just turn it off easy by just hitting the button from the bottom side. Okay, you can just turn it off like that. But if you were like up and busy, you could hang it this way, and you still get a good amount of light. So these are really good, man. These is really good. And the company that makes this is it's called Lucci. I don't know if you can see that. L-U-C-I right here at the bottom. L-U-C-I, yeah, Lucci. Empowered, yeah, solar panels, and they charge up real quick. Because I just charged these up yesterday, just sitting on the back deck. So this is something that you can have, and I got 2 of them. So we had a couple of these. We have more than this, but I don't know what happened to them. But I just want to bring that up. Have light sources. Have these. These are always great because you don't need batteries, and you know they're not bulky, so you can really stow them away really easy, and they're easy to operate, and they can be used for multiple uses and stuff like that. So I thought that was funny. They didn't have like land. They didn't have nothing, but all he had was this pocket light, his EDC light. I'm like, so y'all, well, we weren't gonna be out at night, and that's that kind of mindset, dude. How did you know you ain't gonna be out at night? Everybody should have had. First of all, if you hiking, everybody. This is one of my little cheap ones I use when I'm just gunsmithing. But I got some more better ones than this. But even these, this is like, who makes this thing? I don't know. This is at Home Depot. These things are like 10, like I don't even know, man, like $10. I mean, they all should have had at least one of these, if not 2 of them, each, not just one. You should have at least 2. So I thought that was real disturbing. I'm like, dang, bro, like you. He was like, yeah, Brown, man, my bad. I'm like, it ain't my bad. I wasn't out there, but I mean, I feel you, man. But so he learned his lesson. You know, they all was spooked and everything, and they watched my channel, and they were like, dang, man, you know, a lot of stuff we were saying was, you're right, Brown, you're right. But I just want to bring that up, man. If you're out there in the woods, man, be diligent, be smart, and don't be taking people out there that's novice. Like if somebody who never camped and want to hike or doing like that, like I said, hiking and camping is 2 different things. Okay, camping, you're just going to a campsite and you're gonna chill and walk around locally in the little camp area. Hiking is more of a mission-driven thing, and you have to know what time it is, how much water you got, where's the next water station, this, that, and the other. We'll change the socks, shoes, all that kind of stuff, terrain. It's a lot. So I just want to bring that in. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any experience camping, let me know what you guys think. And a lot of those trails don't allow firearms. You can, unless you're in the state that you have a concealed carry permit. Like you go to Yosemite, firearms are not allowed. You can't shoot the animals. That's why they make you buy bear spray. So it's a lot to think about, man. Just remember, when you're out there in the woods, like Mother Nature, she has the upper hand. This is not going to really save your life if you fall down a ravine and bust your ankle. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be careful where you walking, where you standing, what you doing, how much food you got, how much supplies you have. Do you have proper lighting? And another thing that you need to think about if you're going to be a hiker or through camp or something like that, might want to think about buying one of those Garmin, the satellite Garmin ones that work off the satellite, so you ain't got to worry about Wi-Fi. They're a little more expensive and you pay for the service, but boy, you can reach anybody just like you had a regular phone with Wi-Fi. So man, that's what I got for you guys, man. Be smart about your hiking. Definitely be smart about when you're going camping. And remember, knowledge is king, but Mother Nature, she's always going to be the queen. Hey, everybody stay blessed. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.